this is Brian Tubin YouTube. Today we are going to be talking about the month of July. So this is what the month of July will be looking like, as we finally gotten caught up with all of our months. But straight, as today's July 30th, so we'll have to do the August one pretty soon. Anyway, not only is it the month of July, but on the 31st, it'll be my birthday. I'll be 15. And for the food of the month, it's Savoy Thai, which is a list of flavors of Thai. A trip down to Savoy Thai probably satisfy your cravings for sweet and savory Thai food, and Li Yuan Delights, which is coffee shop dining experience with dishes that proven nostalgic and back to the 80s feel. Anyway, after that, now we move along to the next part, which is this month in so we go over to this month in news, where we have the Thai boys. So these 13 Thai boys were rescued from the cave. They were in there for around 19 days, and now they've actually been able to leave the hostel and come out of the cave, which is amazing. And in the month of July, there were like tons and tons of movies. I'll go over them all and how much money most of them made. First of all, we start out the month with Ant-Man and the Wasp. And I haven't watched any of the movies in July yet, but I'm going to watch Ant-Man and the Wasp coming up this weekend. So we'll see about that. However, Ant-Man and the Wasp has so far made around 390 something million, which is pretty good for that film. And all these films that were released in July have not made more than half a billion yet, but that still is okay because it's just been less than half a month, except for I was kind of surprised about Ant-Man and the Wasp, to be honest, because that film was indeed pretty big. That film just came off right off the heels of Infinity War, and given it, so it should have made like a lot more money, I'd argue. Anyway, up next we have the next film called Hotel Transylvania 3 against Skyscraper. So Hotel Transylvania 3 and Skyscraper. Skyscraper has like 225-ish million, and Hotel Transylvania 3 is at around 260 million. So that's the comparison. Now, Skyscraper was doing like really badly, as I've heard, in the US, but I think it's actually doing pretty fine actually in Asia, to be honest with you. However, Hotel Transylvania 3, as I told you right before, I'm actually surprised that the film has only made 260 million, given that it's from Sony, which is the last film of the Emoji Movie, made way less than that, only 200 million. If I have to check. And then it's only was around 66% the total of the first film, Hotel Transylvania, which made around 300 million, which is kind of surprising that it's doing so well this fast. Next up, after this week, we have the next week with Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again, and The Equalizer 2. So Mamma Mia, Here We Go Again is in the 100 millions, at around 120 million. This film versus The Equalizer, which has like around 70 something million. So Mamma Mia 2 is easily winning that out. So the interesting thing for The Equalizer is that, for Equalizer 2, is that film is doing really well in the US last weekend, given However, it's doing poorly everywhere else, so like, which winds it up giving it like around like a 90% or 90 something percent of it being domestically, which is probably one of the highest I've ever seen for the film by far. The demographics. Moving on to the most recent ones, given that it's Mission Impossible week now, we're moving on to this around this Impossible Fall edition came out. It's being rated by Rotten Tomatoes at a shocking 97%, which is so high. That's maybe even a bit too high. So first of all, as I've said before, in Mission Impossible Fallout, yes, that film, so far Mission Impossible has made already 150 million, which is a lot of money for that film. And now we will go over to movie reviews. So this month of July, I watched 2 movies. One was called Ferdinand, which I was catching up from winter. No, I was in Chiang Mai. And another one was called, which was it again? Ah, yes, Incredibles 2. I'll go over Incredibles 2 in this video. And I won't go over Ferdinand because Ferdinand is pretty lame, honestly. So I rated Ferdinand a 62%, which is pretty low because it's the lowest I've ever rated a film since The Last Jedi came out, which I watched that one on January the 9th, I think it was. Yeah, so that's like a few months ago, which is, yeah, I rated Last Jedi around a 5 out of 10, which is why I just hated that film, by the way. However, now let's moving on to the other film now, Incredibles 2. Let's compare all the villains to them. So the villain in Ferdinand was like they were trying to get out where I think was like he was like not a fighting bull, so he didn't want to fight. Which is kind of like a lame plot because like there isn't really an actual villain. They just wanted to get back and escape, I suppose. Yeah, so that was just kind of really confusing. However, this film, they actually had an actual villain, but it was pretty easy to kind of guess the villain because it was Evelyn Endeavor, but I kind of didn't get her at first because she was ultimately very nice in the beginning before turning on them, which is sort of fun. Now, they also used, I heard, strobe lights in the film, and the reason I'm saying I heard that is because when I actually watched the final fight in theaters, I didn't even notice the strobe lights, and I think that they could have at least used strobe lights in a much better way if they had to, by actually showing us, oh, here are the strobe lights, if it's like such a big notice. It also is the heritage of these films, like they actually try Ferdinand's heritage to the story as his dad was like killed, and also all 3 of the Paul family are all tied into the story since their mommy and daddies are all superheroes. However, one other thing they didn't like about the film was that despite the fact that this film's villain, Evelyn was a menace, I mean, like, dude, she really hypnotized like quite a few numbers of superheroes, if you ask me. And it's just pretty, which is why I think she's a menace. Rather than The Last Jedi's Kylo Ren, which struggled to kill Leia, by the way. Not only that, but also they struggled to kill Luke, I'd argue, too, because Luke, yes, he went down and he died, but also he was just standing there It wasn't like an actual fight, I'd argue. Like, there were no lightsabers or anything. It was like probably one of the lamest fights I've ever seen in my entire life. Okay, so that's my recap for the month of July. In the next video, I'll give you a recap of all the news events that happened in the entire month. See you in the next one. Bye bye.